Hi, as I mentioned previously, fitness today is one of the most sought after goals in society. With fitness comes the need for proper nutrition, well balanced meals and diet throughout your day. With nutrition brings the need for discipline and moderation. Knowing when is it enough, when is it too much, and being able to draw the line and stop yourself before you meet it or cross it. You cannot overeat or engorge. But when does this moderation get out of moderation? Because this is an issue that schools in society now are facing. In 2010, Washington Times reports that First Lady Obama passed an act called the Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act, or HHFKA. In this act, it states that foods such as whole to 2% milk have been banned. Foods such as potatoes and peas have been rationed, and so on and so forth. Salt has also been cut out of lunches today. From personal sources, I've heard it explained that it is because she is taking advice from a group that says everybody needs X amount, rather than taking advice from group B, who would say that this person needs this amount, this person needs that amount, and so on and so forth, based on your own personal needs, activities, and things that would cause a variety. The problem is that Group B is correct, and that's not where she is getting her information. She has created it such that in lunch, each kid gets 850 calories distributed throughout different sources of nutritional value. For maintenance, the average kid, average Joe, inactive, just basic, needs 2,400 calories for maintenance alone. That does not take into account somebody who might be bigger, taller, broader, active, or even smaller. The problem is that enrollment has increased by over 100%, and many of these kids have been participating in activities such as athletics or activities outside of school that make them active and create a metabolic spike, which would mean that they would need more food. So rationed out upon 3 meals, this 850 caloric intake brings us to 2,550 calories. And this is okay for some, for an average person, roughly. But that doesn't take into account the bigger kids or the active kids. They need more. Also, this doesn't take into account the smaller kids who might need less to support their maintenance. Some kids want to put on muscle, so they need more calories to support this. Some kids just have a naturally high metabolism based on their genetics, so they would need more. For those that need less, much of this food is ending in the trash because it is a surplus. They do not need as much as they are getting. And this is a problem because each year the federal government spends $11 billion in our school's lunch system alone. And in the next 5 years, it's estimated to increase $7 billion more dollars. And much of this, is being put in the garbage by kids who do not need as much as they are getting. Children today are also beginning to boycott this act. They have begun bringing their lunch or skipping lunch altogether, or some schools have begun ignoring this act and providing their kids with what they see fit. A video that has gone viral, so says Medical News Today, is called "We Are Hungry." It is based off the song that is popular called "We Are Young." Now, to take a step back, First Lady Obama's intent is good. To see it from her perspective, she has the right idea. She is trying to introduce proper health, proper nutrition, well-balanced diet into the lives of children and teach them discipline and knowing all these different facts and good information. She is trying to see a happy medium with this 850 calorie mark. But the problem is this is not a place for a happy medium, coming from a guy who tries to see the happy medium himself. Kids need difference. We have different needs based on our own personal things. So this is not right, and it is unfair. In effect, she is essentially trying to create a perfect race. Whether or not she realizes it, it is what is coming across. Because she is saying that everybody gets this, making us all the same, and we are not. And this is unfair. Kids also are metabolizing their food far too fast. Not too fast, but they are metabolizing it very, very fast. Which means that they get to their next class and their body has already broken it down and distributed it throughout their body, in which case they are running on empty during their class session. So they are hungry again and tired and unfocused, which takes away from their educational needs as well as their nutritional needs. So in conclusion, my message that I would persuade anyone listening to understand is I'd implore you to take a stand against this, because it is unfair to set one child equal to another when, in this scenario, they are not.